Kanye West's Yeezus is one of the most influential albums ever. In this video, we're going to uncover some of the production secrets behind this incredible project. Like all of Kanye's albums, sampling is a huge part of Yeezus. Take Blood on the Leaves, for example.
I just need to clear my mind now. It's been racing since the summertime.
Kanye used Nina Simone's rendition of Strange Fruit by Billie Holiday to create this incredible instrumental. So to start our beat, I began looking for a sample to chop. So first we need some samples. Let's set the filters on sampler.io. So let's go for funk and soul, blues, and I'll add some Latin in there. And let's do the views to 20,000. So it's not gonna have really big songs in there. Oh, that started off cool, but let's start with this one. This is fire.
I never thought she'd ever walk away.
And then I think if we progress the sample a little bit, let's find some other parts that we like. This part. Yeah, that's hard. I also want to add one more part, and that's this little drum roll. That's hard, and we can use that for our own drums. The next step was to chop the sample and add some processing. Yeezus is famous for his distorted sound. Of course, there are lots of synths and basses, but even some of the samples have been distorted. For example, Bound 2 sounds like it's really been pushed to the limit, so I added a decapitator and a cassette to achieve the same sound. After that, I started on the drums, taking inspiration from Guilt Trip. Let's add a delay to this. After that is a kick. Then I started incorporating the drum break sample by chopping it up and moving it around. Black Skinhead uses these frantic toms and snares. And I wanted to add the drum break to create a similar sound. Oh, that's hard. Just add a bit of reverb to it. So we've got the bounce going. The sample isn't really fitting with it, so what I'm going to do is chop it up even more and just use certain parts of the sample. This is something Kanye does a lot too. A sample doesn't have to be the main part of the beat. Take for example this small soundbite taken from this song on Bound 2.
Honey.
This left us with much more room to add our own chords underneath. Mike Dean added synths all over the album, so I did the same by adding a pad and a bass line to match it. We add a little glide note here that's gonna sound fire. I then added a delay to the sample and a chorus to the bass to make it sound as big as possible before adding a synth lead. After that, I carried on messing around with the sample to find the perfect chops for the chords. So I'm going to copy this pattern across, let's make it unique, and let's find a different chop of the sample. What does it sound like pitched up? With this vocal, we need to take a bit of the high end away. And finally, this section of the beat was done. But there was one more thing I wanted to add. Kanye is famous for his switch ups, and a perfect example of that on Yeezus is on New Slaves. It changes from a hard, dark beat to a melodic outro, and I wanted to do something similar, so I put down these chords. After adding a compressor to the piano, I added a synth texture on top. Let's do the same notes as the chord, but coming down, kind of like a little arp. Add a little delay to this, add a reverb to this, spacious vocal preset. Next, added a bass before moving on to structuring the beat. I actually think the intro might sound better if it was the piano, so we'll bring that across. I'm just taking these two parts out of the sample, I just thought it was clashing a little bit. And finally, we have this final beat.